Alright. I've been away from Xenoblade Chronicles for a while, so hopefully I remember how to do my stuff. Today's stream is probably going to be a bit on the shorter end because it's really hot, and even with the AC blasting full force in this room upstairs, it's still pretty hot. I don't deal with heat very well, if I'm going to be honest. I think I've stated that multiple times now, but I will keep stating it repeatedly. Let's see. I think... I think the last point that I left off, I was supposed to collect, like, 4 things to open up a gate, or something like that. The only way to the top of Bionis is beyond the sororal statues in Satoral Marsh. The High Entia built the statues many decades ago. To continue their journey, the party head to the sororal statues. Yeah, there's that giant monkey. If I recall, that thing would, like, instantly annihilate me if I were to get close to it. Yeah, it's in the red. Yeah, 84. Hang on. Wait. I have more tutorials? Or it's been long enough that it's just giving me a bunch of crap now. Alright, is that everything? Nope. There's quite a bit of these, huh? I guess, while I appreciate the fact that it's got all these tutorials, I'd prefer it to not have to mark them as new and stuff like that. Venom Platypus. Oh. Thankfully, it's a neutral. It is not perceiving me. Nor is that. I do hope that the heat becomes less. Yes, so they are sort of a linked together kind of thing. Got a vision? It'll hit a lot. You know, assuming they were still alive. There you go. I seem to remember that killing us the first time. Well, at least we survived this round. Because I need to grab that Macguffin. Oh, that is painful. We need to look elsewhere.
Hang in there. Don't give up.
I don't know what that means. Oh well, we managed to get out of there. So, what's just stopping us from...
Right. Let's do this.
Don't let a single one escape.
Make it a swift victory. Tail slash. Slash. All right. Do it. Worldly. Shake your edge. Dance with me. There is no escape.
The next one will hurt even more.
Chala. Awesome.
I think we can do it.
Come on. Backslash.
You don't need to tell me.
Electric double.
So far, not too bad when it comes to our distraction. Yeah, thankfully we don't need to Oh my god, Charla.
I'm not sure how much longer I can last.
Get a hold of yourself.
Well, of course not. Like, you just jumped off a cliff. No wonder you can't hold on much longer. You've not only broken your legs, you've broken every bone in your body. That's all purple, and I get the feeling that this is going to poison me or something. It's going to repeatedly do damage, that's what it's going to do. There we go. You earth crystals to go around. Come on, to land.
Now we're working as one.
And as one, we're unbeatable. We'll beat me. No escape.
Okay, there's a bigger cooldown on that than I thought.
Born in a world of strife, your power returns to me. Yeah, Dumba, go for it. Come on, we can do it.
You don't need to tell me.
Air Flash. Gale Flash. Electric dust, everyone. Feel the flow of battle. Understood. We're the best. I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
Okay, let's get going.
Alright, we've completed the quest, gotten all 4 of the offerings for the marsh. We're gonna have to bring them to the sororal statues, I guess. We'll take a little bit of damage going through here, but I don't think it's anything that it would really cause too many issues for us. Okay, we nearly got halfway through our health. Maybe it was a little worse than I thought. Well, at the very least, we're done with this quest and can move on. That is always a nice thing to have, progress. Trying to remember what was giving me trouble when I was last playing. Hello.
I'm really feeling it. Don't take your breath, Joey.
Oh.
Okay, guys. Now we're putting together.
Right, Shaw.
Split edge. Electric dust buster. Back slash. Gale flash. There is no escape. Electric dust buster. All right.
I thought we had already done the thing where we had killed all of the mist rogues. But I guess not.
You'll be gone before you know what hit you. This isn't going well.
Oh.
Dance with me. Thank you, Dunban. Everyone, let's go!
Sharp as a nail, Shaw.
Shulk, superb!
Alright.
Stood a chance.
I guess we didn't fully complete the quest. We had gotten all but the one. Oh, so these crest axes will be important later. We'll keep moving along and hopefully complete our main quest with minimal hurdles. At least this isn't purple water. It'd be another story if it was purple. Then I would probably be dying. Especially given how long this is and with the current. It would make it kind of hard to move. Add on to that the fact that we've got both aether enemies and sound enemies somewhere here. And that would just mean we're taking a lot of damage. And the less damage we take, the better. Especially since this game is surprisingly brutal. I never really expected Xenoblade Chronicles to destroy me as often as it has so far, but here we are. I think I've died at least once to every single boss fight. Which, now that I think about it, is the exact same situation I had with Devil May Cry 1. I think the only boss that I didn't die to was the first fight with Nightmare. And that's mostly because Nightmare's first fight is absolutely pathetic. He doesn't have all of his moves yet. His arena really doesn't give him a whole lot to work with. And as a result, he just kind of exists there and dies. I think the last fight with Nightmare is the only one where it actually is trouble. He's, like, the exception to everything. Okay, a beam of light. Bird. And they're immune, but damage. Okay, I am currently targeted. Alright. There we go. They're immune. Can't really do anything about that. They can make them bleed. And that at least does a decent amount of damage. Backstab it. Lowers physical defense. That could be useful, actually.
I'm on it.
Okay, my turn. Ronaldo, lend us your power. Ronaldo, faster. It's not over yet. Leave it to me. Gale Slash.
Now there's some good damage.
Good job, everyone. Alright, I'm feeling
wasn't actually that hard.
Like this?
And the stairway to the top of Bionis has opened up. Unfortunately, there's no treasure chests. It'd always be nice to have some extra loot, but game doesn't appear to want to give me that loot yet. Is that a teleporter?
Huh? The lift don't work. Looks like it's been broken for a while. We'll have to find another way up.
Another way? You don't mean climb up there?
We may have to. Come on, you can't be serious. Why'd someone build a lift that don't work? No complaining. Let's start looking
hi,
for a place
Kishiru.
we can climb up.
How you doing? Okay, we need to find a place to climb up on this, huh? Oh, another important item. So this is a wool rock. 3 of them would be warm indeed. Don't know why, but Twitch sent me a notification about you being live just now. Twitch has been weird for like the past week or so now. So it's probably just being a little funky. Oh well. Stuff be happening. So for a little catch-up, I had to pick up 4 things to sacrifice or offer. Might be lucky and find a buyer for your MacBook. Well, best of luck on that. I was kind of hoping there'd be something to loot. I ended up having to just fix something of my PC a bit earlier. I was having a thing where, it wouldn't shut down properly, and I wasn't sure why, but every time it restarted, it would scan to check, you know, the disk, the C drive. And I was wondering what was up with that, so I used, like, the Windows thing to check to see if my hard drive, my C drive, has any errors on it. Turns out, I mean, the person already committed to the transaction on our local e-commerce site, but I did one buyer like that one time, and they didn't pay them. Selling stuff online is hard. But, I had Windows check the C drive for errors and stuff like that. And turns out there were errors. Where they came from, I'm not entirely sure, but I've got an idea. I think it was from when, like, we had a brief power outage or something. But I got it fixed. C drive is now repaired, and my computer can now properly shut off. Which is very nice. Because I was kind of worried that something big was wrong. My wife has some issues right now, but it looks like her CPU is dying. Oh, I am dying right now, hold up. I've seen CPU problems before. They're one of the weirdest. Did another one just come in? Oh, heck. That is extremely bad. Hello. Don't you have a thing that gives you damage immunity? I'm not. Oh jeez, how did it hit me all the way over there? Where did it even come from is my question. Level 84 in that area is just kind of absurd if you ask me. Right, gotta reclimb everything. Oh yeah, Kishiru, were you the one who was playing, It Takes Two, by the way? Because I actually just got that and played it a little bit with a friend of mine earlier today. Currently, I'm with your wife. Ah. So I wasn't remembering wrong, for once. Streaming it on Saturdays. I probably missed that because on Saturdays I'm more playing games with my dad. It's one of the 2 days that I'm actually able to interact with my father, so... I guess let's not go over that a ways, because that's big. Yeah, my dad is actually the reason I got into gaming. Introduced me to Mario Bros, which is technically my first game. I say technically because the first game I remember playing myself is Mutant Chronicles Doom Troopers on the Super NES. But yeah, my father and I, we're currently going through 2 games right now. We're going through Halo Combat Evolved on Legendary difficulty, and we're going through Valheim as well. We're only on the 3rd boss for Valheim, so we've missed a lot of content so far, but a decent amount of progress. First game is Prehistoric. I know that game.
Ryan, ready to go, Shulk? Yeah, but just hold on a minute.
What is it, Shulk?
It's about the Monado. I'd like to ask your permission to use it a little longer.
Why ask me?
The Monado was your sword, but I need it to achieve my goal. So...
Don't sweat it. You are far more skillful at wielding that thing than I ever was. Keep it. It's yours. Besides, I have a new sword. That old coot had the decency to forge this for me. I owe it to him to make the most of it.
Dunban,
You fought your way this far. That is proof enough the Monado has accepted you. Don't take my word for it. Believe in yourself, Shulk.
believe in myself.
Never lying down, never giving up. That's our pride and strength as Homs. And we have to make sure those metal monsters know it.
You're right.
Time to move, people. This prison island Shulk saw in his vision isn't getting any closer.
Valheim, you're still gathering stuff. I think 3 weeks from now, you just streamed looking for copper and tin coming back to camp. Never even started looking for the second boss. The second boss is going to be a wake-up call. That's my only warning. First time I fought it, it was kind of like, oh,
What is this place? It's giving me the creeps.
At a guess, I'd say we're inside the Bionis. What is it, Shulk?
Oh, nothing. It's just that it feels like the Bionis isn't really dead.
Huh?
question,
minute,
would you
Shulk.
stop streaming a game if it didn't bring
Bionis
in
starts moving
bring the
around, things
views?
won't look good for us.
Xenoblade Chronicles doesn't bring the views, and yet I stream it
Let's just
anyways.
keep moving. Right.
Because honestly, I just stream to have fun. That's my preference when it comes to streaming. I don't really care too much about the numbers. Having someone in the chat is fun and all. In fact, it can help with the vibe and stuff like that. But it's ultimately not something that I completely need to keep myself going. I just like to showcase what I do. And honestly, even if it doesn't show that it's bringing in views, Twitch's showcase of views is scuffed as all hell. I wouldn't trust it anyways. Even if I did actually care about views. Because if someone isn't watching you in a while, or not so much watching you in a while, if they're not interacting with your chat in a while, usually Twitch won't bring them up as a viewer anymore. So there is a very high chance that there are multiple people watching me at this very moment. And even then, it could be people who are completely anonymous, don't even have accounts to the Twitch. You never know who's watching, and you never know if they're actually going to interact or not. So even if you do care about views, there's not really any way to tell if people are hanging out and just vibing to you playing the game. They might never even interact or maybe even understand what you're saying. There are probably people who speak another language who just watch you to either get a better grasp on the language you speak, or they, I don't know, they just feel like it. In terms of Valheim, second boss, I do have full bronze attire and some bronze weapons. You should be good then. Never expected to see anyone else in this place. You want to go up to the top? Wait, where water whooshes up. It'll shoot you really, really high. I like how it breaks our legs on top of it. But yeah, I think for the second boss, you've got all the equipment you need for it. It's less so much the equipment that you need for the second boss, and more just a basic understanding of what it will bring. Oop, story.
Face Nemesis. Your frame is complete. All that remains is the soul transfer. That damage. Does a weapon exist that can melt face armor? How?
Lady Vinaya, Master Egil wishes to see you.
Understood. Tell him I will see him when this face is complete.
Acknowledged.
I have fulfilled my duty. You and only you can bring about a new age on Macguffins. No, the entire world. My mistress, Lady Mayneth.
Ominous. Also got around to playing Darkest Dungeon again, which completely broke you 3 years ago. I still have not played Darkest Dungeon. I've been meaning to for several years now. I've just never gotten around to it. There's actually a lot of games that I haven't gotten around to that I've been meaning to. In fact, a lot of the reason I've kept up with streaming is partially to play a lot of those games that I've missed out on. Because Xenoblade Chronicles, for example, is a game that I never had a chance to play up until recently, and what is that?
Lady Melia, withdraw to the Nopon village and let us handle this beast.
No, Isel. Do you really expect me to leave you, run away and save myself?
Permit us this once, Lady Melia. It is our honor and our duty to protect you with our lives. Do not fear for us. Flee.
I will not. I cannot return to the capital with this monster still standing. Bestow the light of your life unto me!
It would appear that she needs help.
Who turned up the heat?
I've never seen such a dense forest.
Me neither. How much further?
This must be the back of the Bionis. If Shulk's vision is right, we've still got a long way to go.
You mean go on in this heat? I'm sweatier than a brog's armpit.
We'll have to search for the best route. Sadly, until we find a way, we'll have to put up with Rhine's stench.
Charlotte?
Is that a sky ocean?
We must be outside the tower.
Welcome, true heir to the Monado.
Father!
Weak and pathetic.
What or who are you? You will pay for what you've done! You will know the pain and suffering you caused the Emperor and Fiora! A silver-faced Mechon. And who was that girl?
Probably Fiora.
These visions show me people and places I've never seen. If only I could find out what they mean. We could use them to our advantage.
Look over there! A rope bridge. It looks Hom's made.
Not Homs, Nopon. Though a lot of them have settled in our colonies, the Nopon are originally native to Macna Forest.
Do you think they'd know the way to the Bionic head?
I can't say. But walking around in circles isn't going to achieve anything. Our best bet is to look for their village.
Alright. Oh, she's passed out. Did the first charge on the last expedition and party got wiped when boss had 4 HP left. Stop playing then. Yeah, that can be sort of devastating. In a game with combat that is as hard as that one. Ooh, don't want to forget that item. You also try to get through your library. I think that's a good thing to try and do with streams, because while it is good to play games you know, I think it's also a really good idea to stream things that you're unfamiliar with. Because then you have plenty of more, like, unique and new reactions. Because a lot of the things that are happening for me in this game, for example, I have never seen before. And as a result, I genuinely have no idea what's going to happen. And my reactions to any of these events is probably unlike anyone else's. I think I can buy him a Magnus set. Oh man, he looks ridiculous. He at least looked ready before. Now he just looks like he came out of, like, I don't know. He looks like he came straight out of the forest itself. Makes me wonder what it'll look like on Dunban, since they have different designs for every character. Oh, Dunban actually has a really cool version of the chest piece. What is... okay. I kind of figured for that. Yep. What does Ryan get for it? Oh. Sort of like a barbarian look. What was that? Honestly, I really like what I've got set up for Ryan's armor right now. I just wish I could find him matching pants. Because we don't have Empress bottoms at all. So he's just sitting there with, like, pants that don't match. There's a heart-to-heart here. Is it something I can actually do? Nope, I don't have the party members. But I've actually got a few different games I want to cover at some point. for my library. One of the ones in question was actually Secret of Mana. A game I'm familiar with, yes, but I've never actually had a chance to beat it. I think I've only ever gotten, like, halfway through it at best. It's a very similar situation, apparently, to, Kingdom Hearts for me. Because I have not... You talked about which game now? Secret of Mana. Seiken Densetsu 2 or something like that.
Right, let's do this. Make it a swift victory.
Don't let a single one escape.
But I have played Secret of Mana before. A long time ago. And I remember having a lot of fun with it. Just not having gotten all the way through it.
Are you serious? Dunban, you really are a hero.
Alright. And there we go. Since he was protected against it, he did not get slapped.
Giving up the sword already? No, that's not it at all.
Oh, let him have a go, Dunban.
I can feel the power.
You can see me.
But if you're not, like, entirely familiar with Secret of Mana, it was one of, not the, but one of the earliest action RPGs.
Everyone, let's go.
Neither knew it, nor does it appeal to me in any way. Now then, no.
Be careless.
I mean, fair enough. Not everyone is into that kind of thing. Most of the games that I'm well aware of are all RPGs. Because, well, I've always been an RPG fan.
Head spinning. Gale slash. Electric dynamite. Now perfect for a chain attack. Here we go.
You two, I guess you're second gen?
Leave it to me. Steel strike. Summer. Full force.
Okay.
Honestly, for me, the way I see it, prefer all Witcher installments and Morrowind and such. So you're more of a computer RPG player as opposed to standard. For me, I play many different kinds of RPGs. ARPG. Oh, there's many different types of ARPGs. I think it's kind of difficult to fully know what someone means by ARPG when they say it. Some people will say, like, you know, Diablo, but Diablo isn't always the case. It's just one of the most popular with the title, I guess. is more accurate. Also enjoy tabletops. I enjoy tabletops as well, but I often don't have the time to really commit to them, which makes it very difficult to actually stick with any of those. Never considered Diablo 2 an RPG. It's an RPG. It's got a lot of character building. You focus a lot on your stats and skills to try and build your character the way you want it.
Over there.
But it's
Hey,
specifically
are you
an
okay?
action RPG because it's got a very heavy focus on action as opposed to a more turn-based thing.
Shulk, what's wrong? Another vision?
Kind of. I'm not sure. But first, she needs help.
You're right. Let's look for somewhere safe.
There. I see a clearing under a giant tree. We can easily watch for anything approaching.
Okay. I'll carry her.
She hasn't sustained any serious injuries, but her condition is far from stable.
Do you know what's wrong with her?
Her symptoms suggest ether deficiency. It's well known that Homs are strongly affected by ether levels in the environment. But I've never seen symptoms like this before. A sudden drop in ether content in the surrounding atmosphere causes a reaction. Symptoms range from fatigue to nausea. But in this girl's case,
What can we do?
we're gonna need water-type ether crystals. I'll load the crystals into a cartridge to shoot from my rifle.
Eh? You're gonna shoot her?
No, silly. I'll fire them into the air and the dispersed ether will heal her.
That's what I thought.
But the problem is the crystals. We can't just use
just-
any old crystal.
just shoot her.
They must be as pure as possible. This area must have a water source nearby. We should search there first.
I spotted a waterfall a little way back. What do you think, Charlotte? Would a waterfall produce pure crystals?
I can't think of a better place.
Then it's decided. I'll search for the crystals.
Hey, you're not going on your own.
I'll be okay. I need you to look after the group. We're short on water too, so I'll fill up our flasks.
Hey, good idea. Take care, man.
Do I have to physically walk over there by myself? Or is this all cutscene? I have to physically walk there all by myself. I really gotta avoid fights now. Speaking of Diablo 2, I actually got back into playing Diablo 2. Good game design right here. Honestly, I would say that this game's balance is one of the weirdest I've seen in an RPG. Many of the bosses I've fought, I think I've died to each and every single one of them at least once. Some of them multiple times. It's like a weirdly hard game. You look at this and you don't think it would be hard, and then it throws strange stuff at you. And yeah, I knew it was sarcasm. It's just, it really cannot be understated just how weird this game is designed. I enjoy it. None of its game design is so horrendously bad that I'm sitting here thinking to myself, why am I even playing this? But it definitely has moments where I just have to think to myself, okay, why was that how it had to be? I think the part that bothers me the most, though, in this game, and it's one thing that bothers me in many games, is if you die too often, it suggests that you turn it down to easy mode. And it's like, yes, I acknowledge that I suck, but please don't patronize me. I mean, Devil May Cry does the same thing, actually, but, like... Stupid, it should do this automatically. Nah, for me, I just really wish it wouldn't pester you about it. Because what it will do is it'll have a big red message box that say, our boss is too hard, enemies too strong, turn down the difficulty. And it does this every single time you die more than once. Or some cases it'll even do it if you die at all. At the very least with Devil May Cry, it does it a whole one time and then leaves you alone. Like for Devil May Cry 3, for example, most people, they unlock easy mode because of Cerebus. They get, you know, completely demolished by Cerebus, and easy mode is unlocked. It shows up once. If you say no, you'll never see it again, and you can continue through the entire game never having to worry about that at all. This game will keep telling you, hey, you kind of suck.
Huh? Who are you?
Hello there.
Hello.
How unusual. It is quite rare to see a Homs in this region. I suppose you're wondering why I am here in that case. Then permit me to introduce myself. My name is Alvis.
Alvis?
Alvis and the Chipmunks.
It's Shulk. Isn't it?
How did you know that?
Wielder of the Monado, defender of Colony 9, the hero that has every mechon running. You're famous amongst all Homs.
I know you from somewhere.
They're here.
Huh?
The Monado emits a particular ether wavelength in its ground state. It must have drawn them.
Huh? Oh! What are they?
We're gonna have to fight these
Get out of
alone.
the way! I'll deal with this myself. From the left. Then I'll go. Huh? How? Now, from above.
Not every enemy is that predictable.
It can't be. I saw its movements before it struck. How can it?
It is a Telethia.
Telethia?
They can read your mind. Whether you have a vision or not, if they know your next move, it's all in vain.
You know about my visions? How could you possibly?
There is only one way. Stop it in its tracks, then dull its perception.
No, Albert, stop! You don't know how to... Huh? A new symbol?
10 p.m. Alright. Have fun, Kushiru, with sleep. He can just straight up use the Monado like it's nothing. What?
That was amazing.
I suggest you stop staring. The sword is yours to wield.
What was that light?
The Monado does not control itself. You control it.
I control it. By the light of the Monado. I will stop them.
Finding a Telethia using Purge. Using Purge removes a monster's aura and temporarily prevents them from activating another aura. Telethia's aura Soul Read is particularly strong. Use Purge to eliminate it before attacking. Remember to replenish the talent gauge by auto-attacking so you can activate the Monado. Okay. Ooh, that hits hard. He's got his thing back. Alright, his aura is sealed. Now we got a whale on him. That's pretty good damage. Apparently he really wants this thing to feel his power.
Well, you see now, Shulk?
Thank you. Hey, wait a second. More importantly, where on Bionis did you learn to use the Monado?
They were not the primary Telethia. Merely its spawn. The primary Telethia dwells elsewhere in Macna Forest. Is it wounded? I see. The Telethia is hurt and lies in rest, wounded by a girl.
A girl?
The Monado is a divine sword capable of disturbing the very fabric of existence. Of both the material and the immaterial.
Alvis, how do you know so much about the Monado? Who are you?
Shulk! Shulk!
Huh? That's Ryan.
I'm over here! Shulk, we looked all over for you. Thought you'd been eaten by the forest.
Sorry, Ryan. I got attacked by Telethia. If it hadn't been for Alvis, I wouldn't have survived.
Alvis? Who's that?
I'll introduce you. He's the one that... Alvis? But he was...
There's no one here.
I'm telling you, he was right here. He even taught me how to unlock a new power from the Monado.
Just you and me, Shulk. Ain't no one else around. You probably passed out from dehydration and dreamt this guy up. Come on. Wait till the others hear this.
He was here, Ryan. I didn't dream it. I'm not lying.
Okay, okay. I believe you. And while you were having fun with your imaginary friend, did you find any ether crystals?
Yes. Good quality ones, too.
Perfect. Come on. We should hurry them back to Sharla. Hang around here long enough and we'll get whacked by an imaginary beast.
Come on, Ryan.
I'm not lying.
This man literally sees the future.
Who are you?
He can see the future. Probably can see other things that other people can't. Chances are Alvis might not be completely visible to anyone other than
An
him.
enemy that renders your visions useless. This forest holds many surprises. Not least creatures we've never seen before. And now we know there is another who can use the Monado.
Yeah.
I can't wait to meet him.
So you weren't just having a sneaky nap then?
No.
I'm just saying. You and Dunban are the only ones I know that can wield the Monado. How would this guy know how?
Okay, locked and loaded. Everyone, stand back.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Yeah, she's coming round. All thanks to our medic.
Are you okay?
Where am I?
Everything's fine. You're gonna be...
Get your hands off me!
Oh,
Ah! Hey, watch it!
Forgive me. I did not mean to...
Sorry if we surprised you.
Are you the ones who helped me?
Well, something like that.
Excuse me. My name is Melia. Forgive my indiscretion. I have not had the pleasure of coming into contact with the male Homs.
Coming into contact?
Hey, Shulk. You're creeping this lady out.
Shut up, Ryan.
This large one is far worse.
Me?
Melia, is it? How did you get here then? What, is there no one with you?
I must apologize, but my situation does not concern you. And I shall not be divulging anything to common passers-by.
Duly noted, your ladyship. But if I were to be so bold, I'm guessing that you didn't come here alone. And you weren't just taking an afternoon nap.
And what, may I ask, are you doing here? It is rare to see Homs venture this deep into Macna Forest.
We're traveling to the head of the Bionis. We've got a long journey ahead of us.
The head of the Bionis?
We were just figuring out how to get there when we found you.
I see. Then permit me to return the favor by aiding you in your quest.
Really?
There is only one path to the head of the Bionis. It is the path that leads to Erith Sea.
So, this Erith Sea is at the head of the Bionis.
If you would be kind enough to escort me out of the forest, I will show you the way.
You do that? Thank you, Melia. I'm Shulk. Pleased to meet you.
Shulk? Ah, yes. Likewise.
She's a bit high and mighty. But she's a Homs too, right? Why is she here alone?
Ain't got a clue. Ask her yourself. I'm not good with her posh accent.
We shall travel to the Nopon village.
Nopon village? That's where we've been heading. We reckon it's our best chance of making it to the top.
Since inhabiting the region, the Nopon have been a great help. You can travel to Erith Sea from their village.
It's settled. We'll make our way to the Nopon village.
Very well. The Nopon inhabit a giant tree. If we follow this trail, we will be safe.
Beware of monsters with spike abilities. From Macna Forest onwards, you will encounter monsters with spike abilities. These monsters can automatically deal damage and inflict buffs on a party member in certain circumstances. Spike damage cannot be lessened by increasing physical defense or aether defense. The different types of spike ability. There are 3 types of spike ability. Counter spike, the monster deals damage or inflicts debuffs when attacked. Down spike, the monster inflicts damage or inflicts buffs when attacked if suffering topple. Close spike, the monster deals damage or inflicts debuffs if a party member gets too close. I really had to choose that number there, huh? Nice. Also bear in mind that counter spike abilities can be neutralized by inflicting topple. Mono Arts Purge neutralizes an opponent's spike abilities for a certain length of time. Spike Defense Gem reduces spike damage. Quite some creatures in this forest. Pure cherry. All these 31s be scary. Ash Fox. This is a really pretty area, though. Most forest areas are, you know, kind of pretty, but, like, this one, if it wasn't for, like, you know, it being covered in monsters, I'd totally hike through here. You see walkway there? If you want to go to Frontier Village, it is safe way to go this way. And a pond never lies, so you can believe me. I immediately see why all those things are... Brian, no! Dunben...
Yes, no.
Frontier Village is just up ahead. You see red light? Village just past there. Red light. I see green light. Them some strong things. Probably don't want to deal with them.
This is the entrance to Frontier Village.
So this big tree is where the Nopon live.
Ah, Bird Lady. Welcome back, Bird Lady.
I wish to speak with the village chief. Will you permit us to enter?
My pleasure, my pleasure.
I shall take you to the village chief. Follow me.
That guard is just vibing over there. He don't care. He knows the most dangerous thing there is Ryan's lack of brain cells. But even then, Ryan's a pretty decent character so far. There's a bunch of these round little things.
Hum hum! Hum here! Hum here! Hum who? Hum who?
Hum hum everywhere.
Me want touch hum hum. Me want nibble hum hum. Hum hum taste pih. Hum hum scary. Oh.
Nopon of Frontier Village. Melia Antigua has returned. I request an audience with your chief. Chief, will you hear my request?
Melia here. Bird Lady here. Melia back. Bird Lady back.
Bird Lady?
Secret Harpy.
My dear Melia, it's good to see you again so soon. And you look so well. And what of your men?
They are at one with the Bionis. They sacrifice their lives so that I might escape. But this is not my reason for coming. These Homs need your help. Will you be so kind as to listen to their request?
What could a hum-hum need of me?
They require safe passage to Erith Sea.
I see no reason to deny them. And Melia, what of you?
I have unfinished business in this region. Once these Homs are safely on their way, I shall be on mine as well.
That girl. Something's troubling her.
We found her half dead and all alone. But I don't suppose she'll tell us the reason anytime soon.
Maybe we can help. I'll go and talk to her.
Communication. I love the way this place looks. Orb storage? Dunban leveled up by just finding a new location. I leveled up by finding a new location. And there's another heart. Brian leveled up. There's a lot of place here. Oh, I would hate to see that in real life. Can't do any of the heart-to-hearts here. It's not allowed.
Melia, you're welcome to come with us. Is it true? Were you alone in the forest?
That thing must be stopped by my hand. This is my pledge to those that have died.
Is it wounded? I see. The Telethia is hurt and lies in rest, wounded by a girl.
Wounded by a girl? You don't mean you're going to fight the Telethia?
How do you know of the Telethia?
When I went to collect the ether crystals, some Telethia attacked me. I managed to destroy them and get away.
You defeated Telethia? Who are you?
My name is Shulk. I can see the future.
The Monado. So that sword can...
To tell the truth, they were the Telethia spawn. Someone told me the primary Telethia is healing somewhere in the forest. It was you, wasn't it? You hurt the Telethia.
It...
Melia.
The Telethia escaped from our homeland, and I am tasked with killing it. It cannot remain free. For the sake of my people and the Nopon, it must be stopped.
Melia, we can help you defeat it if you like.
Out of pity?
No.
Why then?
It's just... I want...
Speak, Shulk, or I shall be forced to summon the Nopon chief to interpret for me.
I would like to help.
What could you possibly gain from aiding me?
I saw it. At the top of a black tower. You and I were fighting together. Fighting that faced Mechon. I also saw you fighting a huge Telethia.
It threw me the first time and all.
Forgive me, Shulk, but what are you talking about?
Shulk can see visions of the future.
See the future? And you expect me to believe this rubbish?
Believe what you want, lady. Same as I tell all the non-believers.
That'll be me then.
Oh, yeah. In any case, the only reason we got this far was because of Shulk's visions. If Shulk says he saw you in a vision, then you must be important to whatever happens next. And if you're tough enough to fight a face Mechon, you're all right in my book.
You've got my vote. A lady should not go unaccompanied onto the battlefield.
Excuse me? I am quite capable of dispatching the beast alone. I require no assistance of any kind.
My dear, I apologize, but I could not help overhearing. Their offer sounds quite reasonable. The danger extends much further than our small dwelling. Macna itself is at risk, and we shall provide you with the finest warrior of our clan.
Chief Dunga,
No need for thanks. He is the equal, if not better, of the Hom-Hom.
You do know we're listening.
The chosen Nopon hero will await you below. I shall go ahead and prepare him. Please, excuse me.
A Nopon hero? Now this I have to see.
Don't be like that. Let's meet him first.
He could be great. He could be the best hero you've ever done seen. He could be fully capable of demolishing all of the Telethia with minimal effort. And only a single helping of pizza pockets. I'm going the wrong way. Where am I supposed? That's the wrong way. Sorry about that. Just a slight interruption. Right, don't jump off. I am completely failing to understand where it wants me to go. Is that Ryan who's just like jumping every 2 seconds? I was hoping I could skip like that. Okay, apparently didn't want to skip like that. Too many broken legs. Sacred altar. If it's a sacred altar, he should be quite interesting.
Hereupon, Ricky!
Watch out!
Get off me! To you!
Right in the... Take this, Bubble!
That's not good.
Hereupon! Hereupon! Fight back! Hereupon, chomp chomp! Hereupon, go forth! Hereupon, get up! Hereupon, make Nobon proud!
I introduce to you this year's legendary Hereupon, Ricky!
New hum-hum friends, meet this year's legendary Hereupon, Ricky! Ricky live to serve!
Pretty cute.
A hero pond, you say? Not sure where you'll come in handy, but the more the merrier. Sure. Are these Telethia as strong as they sound?
Yes. They're quick as lightning and can read your mind.
Mind-reading giant bird? No problem.
I could see their movement through the Monada, but even that's not enough to get the better of them.
And we're going up against the daddy version. No one blink for a second.
Okay.
Eyes wide open.
And don't forget that Melia is our only chance of making it to Aerith Sea. If anything happens to our guide, it's on our heads. The Telethia is our target, but don't forget about the person standing next to you.
Dunban's right. I am in your debt. My weaknesses are all too apparent.
No worries, Melia.
Ricky has been informed of the Dino Beast, what you refer to as the Telethia. Be safe, my hum-hum friends.
Ricky's friends, listen to Ricky. Dino Beast is big and scary. Friends, get ready. Friends, help Ricky get ready.
You want us to get equipment for you?
Ricky's friend, right? Hum clever. Friends meet Ricky when ready. Then, friends and Ricky leave together.
Big attitude for a furry footrest.
Dino Beast is big and scary.
Great. That'll come in handy.
Is it just me, or did we suddenly become Nopon mercenaries?
Dunban looks so dead inside. Poor Dunban.
Ready to go! Come, new friends. Ricky's adventure begins.
Ricky, you do know where the Telethia is, don't you?
Of course Ricky know. Melly, Ricky hear you hurt Dino Beast.
I did, but only a little.
When Dino Beast hurt, Ricky know it go to place with ether crystals. Friends and Ricky go to place with crystals. Then we find Dino Beast. Chief, tell Ricky. Chief always right.
So you do know a thing or two about this monster. Guess we'll be searching for some ether crystals then.
Ricky, why are you the Heropon?
Why? Because Chief Dunga choose Ricky.
He chose you. So you weren't chosen from birth?
Friend wrong. Chief choose by instinct.
By instinct?
Why friend surprised? Chief have sharp instinct. Chief be village seer.
So that's how you became the Heropon. Can't argue with that.
But he is kind of compact for a warrior hero.
Oh, Ricky owe lots of monies to village. If Ricky defeat Dino Beast, village promised to forget my debts. So Ricky like being Heropon.
He's in debt for gambling. Or something. Probably in debt for, like, just too many luxuries. Wow, would you look at that? We've got, like, a whole 6 people. However, I'm gonna end stream early. Since we did Ring Fit yesterday, we won't be doing any Ring Fit today. But why don't we take a gander? Actually, I don't think anyone's really on right. Yeah, but we'll forgo the raid for today. But to all of you who have stopped by, to Shiru, or any lurkers who stopped by as well, I wish all of you a magnificent day, and may the weather be of your preference, be it cold or hot. You all have a wonderful day, and ciao!